It is time for another month of major previews. We're covering July 2026. We're diving into the solicitations as we always do to bring you the books that you absolutely have to be picking up. Now, the last couple months that we've come back, we've had a different co-host with me. We were privileged to have Simply Sawyer a couple months ago. We've also had, Jack, King of Hearts, Mr. Russell Hartman. But I was missing my boy Sawyer. So I said, let's bring him back for the July. Say, Sawyer, come on into the room. How we doing? How we doing today?
I'm doing well today, Cog. I am ready to talk about some July comic book releases.
Now, as always, we're sticking to three, even though I really could have picked, as always, I could have picked 10, probably
It
20.
was tough. It was tough. These
Mhm.
summer months are always packed, so it was
Absolutely.
tough for sure.
Ab- So here we go. I'm gonna give the board to you, sir, because we're just gonna want to get right into this. Let's talk about what we're picking up. What is
All
your
right.
top pick for July?
All right. I'm going to start it off with something a little off the wall, something not as crazy as any of my picks from last month. I'm
Okay.
going to come at you with Sonic the Hedgehog X Godzilla #1 from IDW, slated for release July 15th, written by Nick Marino with art by Jack Lawrence. Now, Jack Lawrence, if you're a Sonic comic fan, you know the name. If you're not, you don't, and that's cool. But I'm super excited for him to be doing the art for this book. His Sonic comics move. I swear it. They have motion in them. Now, Nick Marino, this is not a guy I'm familiar with. I really couldn't find anything he'd done that I know of, but dude, they're giving you Sonic and Godzilla together. Surely you can make something of it. And from the solicitation alone, it looks like it's going to be a weird, funny, classic Sonic story where good conquers evil and Godzilla's in the mix somewhere and Eggman's up to evil kaiju hijinks. I
Always,
I
always.
just can't wait. I can't wait for this, man. I'm a huge Sonic fan, a huge Godzilla fan, despite what my recent reviews of the ongoing Godzilla book may reflect. This is a good. I'm excited for this. I cannot wait for this.
I mean, honestly, this is why I had to have you back on, right? You're great at picking these for me out off, like you said, off the wall. But
Yeah,
it's you,
right.
and you say off the wall for yourself. It's not. This is what you like. For me, if
Yeah.
I picked it, I'd be like, "Whoa, where did I get that from?" Sonic for me is a video game. He's kind of a popular movie character now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one thing we have been talking about here is how much the people just love to sandwich Godzilla with everything now, right?
Yes.
I've noticed that. What
Dude,
I
Godzilla's attacking American cities and states. He's fought Kong in the Justice League several times here lately. He's been over in the Marvel universe with Hulk and the Avengers and all those guys. I mean, and honestly, Godzilla is such a unique character in that he can be plopped into any story and it works. That's why I'm so excited for this is because I want Godzilla to adapt to Sonic's world, not the other way around. So as long as that's what
that'd be
happens, I'm excited.
I like that. I like because yeah, you're absolutely right. Just imagine like Green Zone, right? He rolls
Yeah.
in, he's and
The
Sonic's like doing loop the loops, and Godzilla's just like get out of the way. And
yeah.
he hits what are the save point, the blue save point thing? He hits
Yeah, yeah,
wing.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I'll spawn here again if somehow you defeat me.
Yeah,
So
I
that's I really dig that. I like different, I oh, you mentioned how Sonic has been cross he like Sonic is becoming like Godzilla, right?
he
He's
is.
cross
He's been
he's
everywhere too.
yeah. So and like the movies, right? I think they're the highest grossing video game movies of all
Yeah, of
time
all
and even
time.
and well reviewed. Not
Yes.
just so because I know I like the first one. I didn't see the second one.
Oh man,
Oh,
Sonic 2, the Knuckles show, 3, I was all in on that and it has been fantastic as a fan of all the games. It's been
mhm.
hard to be a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. There have been some terrible games in
Yeah,
the past several years.
yeah.
So for him to be getting love in the comic book world, love in the movie world, it makes me happy.
Yeah, absolutely. I this is it's cool, especially these again, we need kids reading comics.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
So as I'm not calling you a kid, but I love being able to hand a comic to a kid and
Yeah,
turn it in.
that's what I want this to be. I don't
Mhm.
want this to be some exploration of the deeper meaning of Godzilla. I
Yeah.
want this to be a campy adventure that I can give to my little
Mhm.
brother, to a kid somewhere that's looking for a comic that has his favorite video game character in it. I mean, that's what I want this to be, and that's again why I'm so excited for it.
Very nice.
All right, man, what have you got for me? Hit me with
Well,
that top pick.
I'm gonna stick in the kid in the realm of kids comics.
All right, all
Not.
right.
I'm gonna jump over to Marvel and talk about a character that's been near and dear to me the last like couple years now.
Mhm.
Mark Spector, Moon Knight, number
Mm,
6 by Jed
yes.
MacKay and Devmalia Pramanik, coming out on July 22nd, I believe. It's not, it
Mhm.
doesn't say it right here. This book has been amazing. You got Moon Knight just doing crazy stuff. He's literally battling houses and apartment buildings that
Oh
have
my
come to
God.
life and possessed. He's got this strange team of former vampires and defected members from other gangs.
Mhm.
It's just an insane book that I cannot describe, except I just tell people, if you want a great art and a very weird but humanizing story, read Moon Knight. And
Yeah.
in this issue, we get everybody's favorite Blade.
Oh,
We
yes,
know Blade.
sir.
Blade is a character that, the movie, it's canceled, I believe, as of right now.
Yeah,
So
it is.
right, right. So they dropped
Yeah.
the ball on that, but everybody loved seeing Blade again it was Deadpool Wolverine.
Yep,
Because
yep.
like Wesley Snipes said, apparently only I could play him. He's right. No one else has done it. He's did it in three
Yeah.
movies. He's done it in this fourth movie, and now we're getting him because it's funny because ever since he's been depicted that way, like every time he's drawn in comics, it's always Wesley Snipes esque,
Yep.
So I'm really excited to see, Blade is so focused the way he is, and so is Moon
Yeah.
Knight. So I can only imagine how terrifying that would be for a horde of vampires to
Oh
see
my
both these
God.
guys coming at them,
Oh my
which they
gosh.
kind of had to deal with a little bit in Blood Hunt, but now they're
Yeah.
on the same side now because Blade was like possessed and Moon Knight
Yeah,
showed
it
up
was
in it,
crazy.
which was a great miniseries. It was to me, it's kind of forgotten. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
Well, it
it's
fell by the wayside after One World Under Doom, and DC was doing a bunch of stuff at the same time, but I
mhm.
agree with you. I will say that Blood Hunt is where I fell off with this Jed MacKay Moon Knight ongoing
Mm.
storyline, because
Batman game.
it was so there were so many titles,
Yeah,
but I was mistaken in believing that I had to read them all to understand Moon Knight. Moon Knight was just doing those other things. Like, you can just read these Moon Knight books and you're good. I'm caught up now, so
yeah,
I'm also very excited for this sixth issue.
yep. And I mean, put it on the pull list again. You're gonna love it. But let's keep the train going. What is your number two for July,
All
sir?
right, for number two, I'm gonna hit it with a book that I do talk about a lot. I got to talk to the writer of, I review it. It is the closing book of the second season volume of this series, Space Ghost. Space Ghost Annual. It's number one, but it's number one for 2026,
Right,
and there was one a couple years ago, so it's not really number one, but
right.
it's fine. Just buy it. It's cool. But this is going to be the end of this second 12 issue run, wrapping up the story that he's been telling with the time traveling Tempest, Temper Magnus, I think, Temper Magus. It's crazy. It is so crazy. I don't want to say too much, because a big part of this whole Space Ghost story has been the reveals and things, but I am very excited to see how this one closes off, man. The Jan and Jace are at the best character wise that they've been since Peppo's introduced them in his first relaunch of the Space Ghost
Right.
character. Space Ghost is going through so much right now in the ongoing title. This is going to be a huge blow off finale for this very excellent, so far 11 issues, but it'll be 12 by the time this
Right,
comes out,
right.
run, and I'm so excited. And they're also teasing a possible meeting of another classic group, the Herculoids.
dude. And listen. The Space Ghost wagon. I don't know why I jumped on late.
Yeah.
I'm a big Space Ghost fan, right? I used to love watching that cartoon on Toonami when it was airing between Thundercats and Voltron.
Voltron, yeah.
I used to love that stuff, and I love Herculoids. I pretty much have collected every other Dynamite comic, but just
Yeah.
I had missed the boat on Space Ghost, and I've gotten some of the back issues, but they're very, very tough to find all of them.
They're all low
So,
print. It's like other than those
mhm,
first issues of each run, they're low print run.
yeah.
People aren't high on this book, but I'm super high on this book, and I'm super excited for the finale of this second part.
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, I'm there with you. You and Herculoids, I collected all of that, and it ended abruptly. So
Yeah.
maybe this makes sense because the Herculoids. Wait, are you reading it at all?
Yes. Yeah.
So they go to space
Yeah.
for the first time ever. For the
Hmm.
first, in the history, like on the cartoon, they always stayed on their planet, but here
Yeah.
they go to space.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
remember
saying.
talking to people about that in the shop, and they were like, "So everything goes to space." I said, not the Herculoids." Everybody else goes to space, but not the Hercules. So see, Space Ghost, that makes sense how they ended it
Mhm.
to have it lead into this.
Nope.
You got me. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm going to buy all the back issues and I'm going to be
that's what I'm
caught up.
saying.
I'm going to go on a Space Ghost binge. I'm going to turn on every single power beam I could possibly imagine, and I'm going to read all these books.
All
So
right.
thank you for not allowing me to feed my children better. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your
That's on
fault.
me. I take full responsibility. But
All
for
right, bro.
Space Ghost, totally acceptable.
All right.
All
So
right,
look,
Cog. Hit me with that second one.
you want my second one? You ready for this? You sure you're ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this.
I don't think I'm ready for this.
Because look, the characters in the book weren't ready for it, right? When some guy showed up saying, "Hey, look, I got this briefcase. I got an offer for you. You're gonna be able to do some stuff." And that was kind of the premise of this classic Vertigo series that's making its huge comeback with 100 Bullets, the U.S. of Anger. Cannot tell you how excited I'm about this book
Man.
because I'm a big 100 Bullets fan. Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso, the original creative team, pretty much the only creative team that's touched this property. I don't think there's anything out there that was touched by someone
Yeah.
else. They did the entire 100 issue run. They came back a couple years ago with Brother Lono, which was a continuation of the book, and now they're coming back again with Brother Lono front and center in this story where it's continuing from Brother Lono about basically, man, this guy cannot escape his what he deserves, but yet he constantly escapes it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't want to spoil too much because I know this is an old book, but a book that a lot of people either never touched or they
Right.
missed it. And
Right.
if you haven't, I highly recommend you pick up the trades, highly or at the very least, you know, figure out some way to catch up on it and or pick up Brother Lono. That I know you can find for like $20 or even less
Yeah.
now, and that'll take you right into this book. And you can see you know, Brother Lona, he's just such a nuts character. I can see where
Yeah.
characters like John Wick or or the Equalizer got
Yes.
there from, except this guy's a villain. He's a villain.
Yeah.
Like even when they try to make him empathetic, whatever, he shows, nah, I'm not. Like, don't. I deserve to be dead. I
Yeah.
survived because I'm that much of a scumbag. He's like the Starscream, right? Starscream just constantly deserves to just be murdered, and he somehow survives until Galvatron blew him away. But that's another story.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, what do you know about 100 Bullets?
100 Bullets. So I didn't read the follow-up series. I read that first 100
Oh,
issues
you did?
in
Okay, good.
the collected edition. So I've read up to that point because I agree with you. The Brian Azzarello, Eduardo Risso creative team is very good when put
Yep.
together. What is it? Moonshine, I believe it's called. Their other
Moonshine was very
series,
good. Yes, yes,
very
yes,
good.
yes.
So that vein of the crime story, this is
Yep.
100 Bullets is very in that same vein. So I'll have to check out Brother Lono. I've
Yeah,
got the 100 Bullets. I may just revisit that just because it's so fantastic. But you've
it
got me
is.
excited for this. This
No,
sounds very intriguing.
yeah, and also a lot of people, I'm hearing a lot of buzz that says some people aren't very excited about the vertical line right now, despite the fact that Bleeding Hearts
Yeah.
and Nice House by the Sea
Nice
are
House
still
by the
very good.
Sea.
The
Yeah.
other two I feel like are kind of polarizing.
I agree.
I tried to read the what is it, the Brutal Dark. I
Mm.
couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
And the other one is End of Life. but
No.
this is a classic book to pull people back in.
Right.
Keep that Vertigo line hot because I don't want to see it go away. So this is
Right.
very
Yeah.
cool. Let's keep it going. But speaking of keeping stuff going, what is your final pick, sir?
All right, my final pick. I know I'm beating the dead horse. The nail is pounded in. I'm gonna talk about it again. Exquisite Corpses has a mini series. Exquisite Corpses, Rascal Randy #1, July 8th. Okay. Writer artist Tyler Boss, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, absolutely.
He is going to get to tell the backstory of my favorite killer from the first season of Exquisite Corpses, Rascal Randy. So he is the mascot killer. He wears this giant bunny suit and does not use a weapon. His weapon is his suit,
Oh,
bare hands. And
oh.
that's what makes him so terrifying, but you don't know anything about him. The very little detail you get in Exquisite Corpses is that he needs his suit to function. He can't exist without it. So this 6-issue miniseries is going to explain why. But because Tyler Boss is doing it, it's not just going to be a regular horror comic. He doesn't know how to make regular horror comics. He makes crazy, surreal horror comics.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm specifically excited for this one. Not just because it's Exquisite Corpses and not just because it's Tyler Boss, but the combination of those two with my favorite killer and one of my favorite genres of fictional killers, mascots. This is going to be fantastic. I mean, just fantastic.
I agree. I mean, I knew of all the I hate to say hype because to me the book is beyond hype. It's actual
Yeah,
quality. You know,
it's good.
It's
Yeah,
James
right.
Tiny in the fourth, along with Tyler Boss now jumping on, and I think it's had other guest
They've
or
had rotating creative
co-writers.
teams. Yeah,
Yeah, and so I've heard nothing but good things. Now that the main series is by the time this video comes out, the main series I believe will have ended,
the
and
the
this will
last issue came out the day we are filming this.
there you go.
I
There you
got
go. I
to read
saw.
it today, and oh my gosh.
Shh, shh, because I will happily buy the collected because the first trade is
Yes.
out. That's like the first 6 issues. But I was like, screw it. I'll wait for the entire
Yeah,
thing to
the
come
big.
out,
Yeah.
and then I'll probably start because I know it's going to be a season two. I'll probably just start collecting the issues from season two.
There you go.
You
Yep.
know, but I know it's damn good. It's everyone's talking about it. It's even got a card game
They've
to
got
go
a
with it.
they're building towards a card game. It's been
Mhm.
optioned for a show. 13 issues. It's been optioned for a show.
Wow,
Unbelievable stuff.
wow, yeah, no,
So
yeah,
come on. I mean, what does that tell you about this book? That some people have already believed in it enough to put money into it. This
yeah,
is,
yeah.
but yeah,
And
it's fantastic.
what I see with stuff like this though, I can't wait for when it is announced and
I
people talk, oh,
oh
I
my
want to see it, I want to see
gosh.
it. And then
Yeah.
I love when I get to say, that's a comic book.
I know, I know. You're so right. I was literally talking about this the other day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. That
Because
is
I
my
mean,
favorite thing.
yeah, so many people just think like, oh, Batman and Iron Man and the
Yeah.
Avengers, oh, that's the comic books. And there are so many shows that have come out in recent years that even I didn't realize were
Right.
comics. That,
Right.
and you go, oh, look, see, comics aren't just the kid stuff or silly whatever, whatever. Here you
Yeah.
are probably watching like 3 seasons of a show, right? And then you go, oh, the original form of this was a comic book. And then
Yeah.
people, oh, well, ah.
Yeah.
So as I always say, right, read more comics.
Exactly. Read more then you can be the annoying friend that's like, I knew what was gonna
That's
happen.
right. That's
I
right.
knew.
That's right.
I read the comic before it was cool. I read that.
That's right. But I mean, I don't do that to be the annoying. It definitely comes across that way. I just do it because I've been reading. How long have you? I've been reading comics since before you were alive.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm 20. I can remember learning to read with comic books.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
like
I love
like
that.
I had Popeye comics from the old IDW run. Uh my very first comic of my favorite character was Batman and Robin #11 from the Grant Morrison run, where Damian
Wow.
Wayne beats Joker with a crowbar. It
Crowbar.
is absurd. And my dad was like, "This is cool. Batman's cool. Here you go."
That's it. That's it. I love that because I'm an educator. And over the years, I have been not see this is what I'm talking about. I've had other educators and people above me tell me, well, why are you just giving comics? Why do you talk about comics?
Yeah.
It's not reading. I'm like, it's reading.
Mhm.
Even I believe even LeVar Burton came out and said,
Yeah.
reading Rainbow Guy, right?
Yep. Yep.
Jordy LaForge.
Yeah.
He came out and said, if a kid wants to read comic books, give him some bleeping comic books.
Yeah. Come on.
So anyway, I think that's a great way for me to again get into my last pick.
All right.
My last pick is kind of near and dear to me in a
Oh,
weird way. You
okay.
know, uh, you know, I don't make it a secret because I can't. My last name is Garcia, right? So I'm Latin, and particularly
What?
right. Shocker, right? Shocker. I know I look like I could be Swedish. I get that sometimes, but shocker, guys, I am of Latin descent. And this book from Dark Horse, The Beast of Boriken, number one by Julio Anta and Daniel Irizarry and Patricio Del Peche. This is something that's coming out. You want to talk about out of left field, coming out of
Yeah.
left field and into an aquarium. You know what I mean? So this, I don't want to just read the solicitation because that's how off the chain it is. But if you know anything about like the chupacabra or about Puerto Rico and the lore of it,
Yeah.
it's all gonna have to do with that, right? These weird stories are happening in Puerto Rico, and people have to just deal with it, right? I don't want to delve further past that because I just want you to get this
Yeah.
book because it's just going to be weird. It's going to
Mhm.
be weird, but it's going to be like grounded, but
Yeah.
it's going to explore things that, well, for one, like I haven't heard about the chupacabra in forever. I don't know, you're old enough to know this, but did you ever hear about the chupacabra?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Ah,
used to play a game called Pop Tropica,
wow.
and one of the levels of the game was you had to find the chupacabra. I can't say it. I don't want to. I don't want to try and
No,
say
no,
it like you
no. So
said it.
I can't help but say it that way.
No, that's fine. You're
Chupacabra. Is
the
that better?
chupacabra, and bring him like or prove to people that he was real. But yes, I'm familiar with the story. It's very similar to like a Wendigo type
Yes.
deal.
So
But
it's a weird creature that even in on that tiny island, depending on where you go, has a different, oh,
yeah,
it's this, it's like this, it's like this. I remember when there was a year where it actually made American news. And I think it was a year that I went to Puerto Rico. So
yeah,
even the Puerto Ricans were like, did you hear the news? This, that, and the
right.
third. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know you guys have always known this, but now the
Yeah,
news is making you think it's worse. So
yeah,
what is going? Because I was visiting Puerto Rico. I was like, we're going places. Oh, the chupacabra. You can't go out late at night.
dude.
As if though. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that part.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that's why I'm excited for this because again, this is a chance for some Latin culture to come out in
yeah.
comics. As much as they some people want to say there's already enough of it. I don't think so.
I don't.
So
Well, I don't think there's ever enough of
uh,
any. Yeah, any of
yep,
it. Well, I'm
yep.
not saying there needs to be more of this or this. Bring it all, man. That's how people learn. This is one of those
Mhm.
books that's going to tell a story that some people don't know, and it might change their perspective on things.
It
That's
is.
awesome.
I thank you for that because you took it boom. Because yeah, just learn about anything, right? And so this was a cool thing. I'm excited for it. It's only 5 issues, and I like supporting other publishers. We got
Yeah.
Dark Horse celebrating an anniversary, I believe. I believe they're celebrating their like the 30,
20, 35.
no,
Oh,
no more
yeah.
than 40,
30th,
40,
40th. Oh,
40 years of
holy
Dark
cow.
Horse. Woo!
Oh, my
A company
God.
that I thought was going to go under recently. Like a couple years ago, when they lost, Aliens and Predator and all that, I was like, oh my
Yeah,
God, Dark
right.
Horse is going to go away. And they were like, we got this. We're going to
Yeah,
revitalize
we're
ourselves.
good.
And they've been churning out good stuff and they're still
That's
around.
right.
So I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
And I
So,
want to say, if I'm not mistaken, that this book is spinning out of the whole Blue Book Dark Horse series that's been
hmm.
kind of churning in the background. There's been several different versions of it, but it's a James Tynion book. I know. Sorry, I was talking about James Tynion the fourth again. Oh,
Any excuse to
whatever.
bring him up,
But
right?
yeah, but it is relevant because this is all about cryptids and aliens and stuff like that. But it's been really cool because in those books there was always like a backup story of a
Mhm.
of a cryptid from a different culture. The one I remember is the Monkey Man from India. it was like this guy that, yeah, never heard of it, totally opened the door into a part of a culture that I had never been exposed to before. And it sounds like that's what this book is going to do along that same vein. And that gets me really excited for it. I love stuff like that.
Make sure you message me that stuff because I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
So teaching an old dog some new tricks. I like that. I appreciate that. So yeah, there's that's the great thing about comics. Because again, to make reference back, so many people think comics are just the big two
Yeah.
or even one. I have people who do you ever have this? You have people ask you stuff like this. Oh, when is Batman going to show up in the Avengers?
Yes.
I'm
God. Oh,
like, that'll
yeah.
be you'll see a lot of people doing crazy backflips when that happens.
Yeah. If that happens, their
You know
hell
what I
has
mean?
frozen
So,
over.
so with that said, that's what I was saying is like there's so many other comics that
Mhm.
you don't realize as a
Yeah.
non-comic reader or even as a comic reader that you can get out
Yeah.
of a rut or you can just explore something new and read something totally crazy that's going to turn
Exactly.
you into, if not a comic reader, but someone that will appreciate it when something comes out that just as easily as you could pick up Jane Eyre, you could be like, oh, I'm going to pick up the latest, Vertigo trade as well because that's a
Yeah.
cool book.
Yeah. See, that's why I don't go, I wanted to say I go out of my way, but I don't go out of my way. Like, I'm now in the vein of the big two have me jaded. You know, these stories are the same ones that have been told a million times a lot of the time. So I've gone over here to this lovely third branch of comic books and discovered all these wonderful stories that are being told
Hmm.
outside of the IPs and the decades
Yeah.
old characters, some of them coming up on centuries old.
Yeah.
And it's, I love that. And that doesn't take away from what superhero comics are doing right now. Like, obviously, superheroes are still huge.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for
Yeah.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I mean, you've got
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh my
And
gosh.
we got some Doomsday coming up too, right?
Oh, maybe.
We'll
So,
see.
yeah, I'm not taking away from that, but yeah, get out there, man.
Yeah.
Explore that extra side of comics that people don't talk about as much.
And speaking of exploring, right? Guys, make sure you're exploring comicbookclick.com where you can
Mhm.
find out the reviews on all these books when they do come out, as well as all the reviews, many of them written by our buddy here, Simply Sawyer, and the rest of the writing team. Almost every day, a couple reviews are coming out. So
Yes.
it's going to give you a reason to go to the comic shop or the bookstore, wherever it is you get your comics, and check out those books, pick them up. Make sure you're liking and sharing and subscribing to these videos, right? Because this is going to come out every month again. All right.
Yep.
This is I think month three or four. So stand
Yep.
by. We're going to be on another run. Just hopefully we'll go to infinity and beyond.
Hmm.
And we're also covering Major Issues podcast as well as lives. We also have Dirt Sheet Radio. If you guys love wrestling,
Yep.
our boy John Escudero, he helms the stage over there, so you can see all the stuff, the latest and greatest news that come to wrestling even if you like AEW, which is fine, which is fine.
Oh, here we
You know,
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we
which is
go.
cool, which is cool. But also, guys, make sure you're checking us out on our Facebook, on our Instagram, on our X, and also if you want to help contribute to paying for these things, which unfortunately, we live in that kind of society. Check out our CBC Clubhouse on Patreon.com, where for as little as a cup of coffee a month. I mean, how much do you pay? You drink coffee?
I'm a Monster Energy guy, but it's about the same. I mean, it's like
Oh, even all right, whatever.
they're like
What? Right,
$4 a
right.
can. It's ridiculous.
There it is. So and right, people are drinking monsters. People are drinking all types of Celsiuses and stimulant drinks and blah 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 blah. I'm not, but for less than that, you can help us keep the lights on, pay for some of these subscriptions, so we can keep doing this for you guys and getting these books to then actually talk about them with you guys. So
Yep.
thank you as always, guys. We're gonna keep this short and sweet. We had a great time. You have anything you want to say before we go, Mr. Sawyer?
Read more comics.
Man, you're taking the words out of my mouth, but I'm also going to add this. Keep print alive, read more comics. Thank you guys. Until August. Later.